All right, all right. Hello, my Tuesday friends. It is Tuesday. Welcome to our Discover Your Next Chapter social get together. I'm super excited to welcome our guest speaker tonight. Those of you that don't know me, I'm Brandy Rogers. If you are a guest here this evening, thank you for being here. And if you're a market partner, thank you for being here too. If you are a guest, please put your name in the chat, first and last name, and we'll make sure that your name is entered into the draws. Tonight, we're giving away an eye smooth eye cream and a thermal shield, which is a heat protectant. I'm going to introduce our guest speaker tonight. I'm really excited to hear her story. Her name is Karla. She's a stay-at-home wife and mom. She has been with Monate for a couple years now. She has a large team, and her journey and passion with this business is very unique. So it's something you definitely want to listen in and just absorb it all. So Karla, thank you for being here tonight. Take it away. I cannot wait to hear you.
You. That was such a nice intro. I think we should just do intros for everyone. They're such a confidence booster. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Like Brandy said, my name is Karla Diiorio. That's how you say my last name. It's a weird looking last name, but it's just like D with the Oreo cookie, Diiorio. So it's easy to hear and say, but it's really weird to look at. So I get it, no problem there. So as she said, I am like your typical stay-at-home wife, mom. I've been, Ron's wife, Sabrina's mom, Ryan's mom for the last couple of decades, which is so crazy every time I even think of that, because I feel like I'm only 30. So I don't know how I can say anything in decades. But anyway, I digress. So if you're on this call tonight, I encourage you to grab your water, grab your tea, grab your wine, whatever it is you have in front of you, and just sit back, relax. I'm going to tell you a story real quick, okay? So a couple of years ago, I was scrolling. I was in a scroll hole on Facebook. I was scrolling away, and my friend Sarah put a before and after picture up on her Facebook of her hair. So, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, well, her hair is totally different than mine, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, that's really smoothed down a lot. Now, I live in North Carolina, and in the summer here, it's a little bit humid, like where it was the point where I was looking like the Lion King. In mid-July, it was like Lion King Karla comes out. And her hair was just so smooth. And I thought, okay, so I call her. I'm like, Sarah, what are you using? And her exact reply was, I don't know, something my cousin sells. So I was like, well, give me your cousin's number. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, give me your cousin's number. So I call up the cousin and I was like, hi, I'm Sarah's friend. What are you selling? And is it sulfate free? That was the only thing I knew to ask for. Is it sulfate free? And she explained to me, not only is it sulfate free, but it's chemical free, it's plant-based, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all of the goodness, which meant pretty much nothing to me at the time. Now I understand it, but at the time, it didn't really make a big impression on me. So she says, okay, do you want to try it? And I was like, yeah, it's sulfate free. That's all I need. Yes, I want to try it. I'll do anything to calm this hair down. So she asked me, do you want to be a customer and order over a period of time? Or do you want to buy a product pack up front? It's more up front. You get all the things at a deeper discount. So me being the frugal wife that I am, I was like, no, I want all the things for the least amount of money. So she says, you need to get a product pack. Okay, fine, I'll buy a product pack. And I bought a big old product pack because I wanted my kids to try it. I wanted my husband to try it. I wanted to try all the things. I don't like to be left out. I want to, do it all. So I buy this product pack, right? And I get it. And I love the products. Like I loved them. I was like, this is the best stuff I've ever used. My hair was already looking better. I mean, in a very, very short period of time, I could tell a difference, right? Because normally, not to go off on a tangent, but normally when you have sulfate-free products and you use them for a few washes, your hair feels funky. And if you've ever used sulfate-free products before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It feels like gritty. Well, this I was using continuously and my hair felt really good. So I was like, oh, sweet, I found it. So I start telling my friends about it. You got to try it, just like you do, like when you buy a pair of jeans that fit, like the elusive pair of jeans that fit. Same thing. I started telling my friends and I was like, you have to try this shampoo. It smells so good. And it's really calming down Lion King Karla, right? So I start sending my friends back to Sarah's cousin. So after a little while, I get a phone call. Karla, you're making a lot of money for me. And I'm like, sweet, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's so great. And she's like, why are you not doing this? And I said to her, I said, I am only a stay-at-home mom. I'm just a housewife. I haven't worked outside the home in 20 something years. I don't know anything about selling anything. I really don't. I really don't. And she says, you're literally making me money by saying telling your friends about a product. So she says, and I was still very hesitant, like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know. Like, I don't know. So she says, how would you like to have gas money, a little extra gas money every month? And at the time, I had 2 teenage drivers and a big old SUV. And it was like magic because every single time I got into my car, it was on E. It really was like magic. No one ever filled my gas tank up. And I was spending, I no joke, I was spending a few $100s a month on gas. And I was like, gas money, that I wouldn't mind having, a few extra bucks for gas money. Okay, fine. So she says, all right, when your friends want it, you help them place the order. Can you do that? And you'll have your gas money. So I started doing that. Well, 1 month later, the next month, I got my check. I had looked at all the money I had made up until that point, and I had enough money to cover my mortgage, right? So I go to my husband and I'm like, I made enough money to cover our mortgage. Now, mind you, let me go back and remind you, I have not worked outside the home in 20 something years. I have not ever paid a mortgage payment. I've never done it. I've never paid a mortgage. So in typical man fashion, he says to me, well, go ahead, make the mortgage payment. And you know what? I did. I made our mortgage payment that April. I'll never forget. I made the mortgage payment out of my own account. I had to call and make special arrangements because it was coming out of a different account and everything. But I made it out of my own account of money that I made. And let me tell you something. That was one of the best highs I've ever had in my life. Now, to be clear, I did go back and say, okay, I checked that off my bucket list. I never did it again after that. I'm not stupid. I'm definitely a smart wife here. I did it once, checked it off, it's done, but I still did it, right? And it lit this thing inside of me. This it's like a light, like something turned on, like, you know what? That felt freaking good. It felt so good to know that I did that all by myself. And so I just kept pushing forward a little bit more. And I said to my husband, I said, you know what? Well, before I push forward, I said to him, can you do me a favor and just look into this company? Because I know nothing. I've never even heard of them before. And I value my reputation. I don't want to put my name behind something that I don't believe in 100%. I'm going out on a huge limb right now because this is scary for me. And my husband's a businessman. So I said, just find out all you can. He came back to me and he said, Karla, honestly, the company looks great. He says their earnings are amazing. And again, that didn't really mean a whole lot to me. He's like, they're a small company, family owned, it looks like, so you don't have all these shareholders and such, whatever. Again, meaningless to me, but he says it looks pretty good. So I said, okay. So I watched a video on Smart Start, which is this program that money has when you first start, so you can make like all these extra bonuses up front. I watched this video and I'll never forget, I was sitting in the office and I was watching it, and I turned to my husband, because at the time, this was before quarantine, we shared an office. Now we have separate offices, but that's another story. At the time we shared an office, and I turned to him and I said, I think I can do this. Like, I really think I can do this. And I just started doing it. I started learning the trade. So little old housewife me, all of a sudden, meaning over time, I grew this business. And that light that was inside of me kept getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And the bigger my organization got, the more I started watching that light go on in other women. And let me tell you, if I thought that was a high when my light turned on, watching it in someone else is the best feeling. It's like watching your children start to spread their wings. So my kids right now, they're 18 and 20. My daughter's gonna be 21. We went and looked for her first apartment the other day. We went out searching. This was terrifying to me. And it's still like, I cried because I was so proud. But I was terrified because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, should I make this child into an adult? I'm not quite sure I'm not convinced quite yet. And it's that same feeling, you watch these women as they start growing and they're a little hesitant, like, I don't know if I can do this. But as it gets brighter and they start growing their organizations, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So my passion going from let me earn a few bucks as a, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, from going for a few bucks for gas has changed my life. I mean, it's literally changed my life. It's given me a new purpose because, as I was saying, my kids are getting to that age where they don't need me the same anymore. So now this is like my baby. I don't want another animal. So I have this business. Like, this is my baby that I get to nurture. It's changed my life financially. I'm in a different place now. It's done so much. So I know there are people that, have tried network marketing, social selling in the past. And I've never done it, but I understand that people will try it and they'll fail. And they're saying, well, I'm not any good at it. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if you tried it before and it didn't work for you, I'm going to say that you weren't taught how to do it properly. And that may or may not be the case, but I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the case. So the great, great thing about this company is not only do you get this amazing organization that helps light that fire over and over and over again and get the connections with all your sidelines, but you also get taught how you get the education. That's the word I was trying to find. You get the education on how to do this properly, how you can really make money with this, how you can really help others with this. And it's just an amazing thing. So as far as the business itself, we have the products that work. We have the business that works. This company is only 6 years old. It is only 6 years old. And we either just hit or are getting ready to hit the $2 billion mark. Now, you don't have to know anything about business to know that if I say million with a B, that's a big number. It's a big number. A lot of companies never ever hit that $1 billion mark. And we've hit the $2 billion mark in just a short amount of time. Why? Because we have products that work. We have great organization, like I said. So if this is something that you're like, you know what, maybe I could use a little extra gas money. Maybe I could use something, something else in my life. Maybe it's the money. Maybe it's the trips, the lavish trips that they send us on that I still can't believe I get sent on. Maybe it's the car that you earn only halfway up the comp plan. Maybe it's the community. Maybe it's the products because they're scientifically backed. Whatever it is that is piquing your interest right now, I urge you, just take the plunge and try it. Just try it. What is the worst that can happen? That's like my new thing. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is you end up with the best hair of your life. And I gotta tell you, that's not a bad worst that can happen, right? So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. I hope you all learned something, or at least at the very least, I inspired you to go to the person beside you and turn that light on somehow. Because when I tell you, when you see it in somebody else and you do that for somebody else, it is the best, most fulfilling feeling. So that's all I have for this evening. Thank you so, so much for having me. I appreciate you all so, so much.
Oh my gosh, Karla, thank you so much. I think that more people can relate to your story than you could possibly ever imagine. Thank you so much for sharing. I know that I did. There's so many tidbits in there that I can totally connect with. And normally we ask questions right now, but I'm trying to think. And a lot of the questions we normally ask, you've kind of answered, especially like what you get most out of it. And you've talked about your big growth things. And I mean, I could maybe ask, I know Aaron often asks this question, and it's to stop and think, if you hadn't said yes to that extra gas money, where do you think you'd be right now?
That's actually a really good question. And I have thought of that many, many times. So I think for me, it would be a mindset thing, because I would feel, because of where I am in my life. So, okay, so we have different clubs that we enter as we progress through life, right? You're a teenager, and then you go into the young adult club, right? And then you get married and you go into the married club. And then you have kids and you enter into the kid club. Like, like there's clubs all the way through your life. So I'm at this weird club. It's like empty nest purgatory. It's like I'm not quite there yet, but I'm on the cusp of it. And I was a homeschool mom, so I know, and I did it willingly, which is I don't know. I have no answer for that. I don't know why I did that, but I did it. I made it somehow. And so my kids have been my life. I've been Ron's wife through his business. He does, he has a lot of business things going on. I'm always on his arm, and the girlfriend here can only be arm candy for so many years. So I fulfilled that role, and I was the mom, and I was the one that baked cookies when they came home from school and helped them with schoolwork and yelled at them for not doing their homework on time. And I was that mom that had unreasonable curfews and had to talk to the parents before they went anywhere. I was that mom. And so now, my daughter, she works full time. She goes to school. I rarely ever see her. Every once in a while, you'll see her like go, behind me. And that's about all I ever see of her too. She's blossoming. She's blossoming into like a normal human being. It's so cool. And my son is 18. He graduated high school and he's starting to find his way. So I think, going back to your question, where would I be without this as a focus shift for me? I think I would be lost, honestly. I really think I would feel lost and maybe trying to figure out what my purpose is. And perhaps I would find purpose in gardening. Perhaps I would find purposing in couponing. I don't know. I don't know what I would find purpose in. But this is different because I'm impacting other people's lives. And that has greater fulfillment than any carrot in my garden ever will. So not only am I changing people's lives with changing their shampoo and giving them the best hair of their life, and let's be clear, women, our hair is everything to us. It's everything. So not only am I helping my customers, but I'm helping my organization, and I'm turning that light on inside of them, and I'm watching them achieve things that they never thought they'd achieve. We'll talk to them when they first join and be like, okay, tell me about yourself. And the negative words and phrases that they use to describe where they are in their life to the things, this is what happens when you get older. I did this in front of Aaron a couple of weeks ago when I was with him too. I get all choked up. It's just hormones. It's okay. I'm not really upset. But watching them change their lives and become confident and start running the leaderboards in the organization, it's so beautiful. I cry so much with these girls, right? Because where would they be if I hadn't said yes to wanting more gas money? That's how far that one little decision trickled all the way down to different ones. So, okay, that's my answer. That's my very long, teary, emotional answer.
I love it. It's beautiful and it's so honest and truthful. And I don't think there's a person who can't relate with that. And we all know that 1-8 definitely has this community that is like none other. So it's just so fun to listen to your story tonight. And I know we've never met, but I just feel like I can't wait till we do, because you find kindred spirit.
I'm a hugger. I'm going to warn you right now. I'm a hugger. You're getting a big old hug, like it or not. Even if it's with a mask and I have to look away, you are getting a giant hug. I don't care.
Hey, I'm in. Hands down, no problem. Hands up, hands down, wherever you want them. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think I have everybody's name in the draw. If there's anybody here who's a guest that hasn't put their name in the chat yet, please do so now. I have Natalie. I have everybody up until the last one there. So I think that's it. And I don't know if Aaron had something to say tonight.
I do. I wanted to say something. So thanks. Thank you. I met Karla when we were at Tony's. We were a group of market partners getting together, helping to train people that aren't even on our teams. And we connected in a way that I said, this person I want to hear from. I knew I wanted to hear how, because I saw the passion for sure. And I mean, I don't think you can keep her passion down from what I see. And so I just love that. But I just wanted to say one more thing about the, like, why now? Why is, we talked about, it's only, the company's only been around for 6 years. They have done some amazing things. They become the #1 hair care company in the world. We started skincare about a year and a half ago, and we are like number 12 or maybe top 10 now in the world for skincare. And again, we're only in 5 countries, people. 5 countries, and the penetration in those countries is less than 1%. So that means there's so many people left to introduce this to. There's so many lives to still change. And when Karla mentioned it, that's what this whole business is about at the end of the day. We live to get up in the morning, find somebody who maybe has a hair issue or a skin issue, and we connect with them. And we know we can help them. And we know how they feel about their hair, or if they've got something on their skin that they're dealing with that our products can help. And now we've gone into wellness, and it's a game changer for me and the people that I've been sharing that with. And I'm sorry, Canada, it's going to come soon, I promise. And you guys will fall in love with it too. And it's just going to be from the inside out. You're going to make people feel their best. You really are. And then there's the people that just need something in their life. Maybe they need a purpose. Every single market partner that I've met, just their entire life and personality almost evolved to be this better person than they have ever imagined they could possibly be. And with us all hiding in our homes and getting tired of that, and still struggling to make ends meet for so many people who are affected by this, you really can take this opportunity. Every single guest on here, if you were honest with yourself, you could tell me somebody who needs this in their life. You know that maybe it's you. Maybe somebody needs it, whether it's their hair or skin, and you can help them. And even if it's just talking to your market partner and say, this person over here needs it, or if it's signing up and then having that conversation yourself with them, whatever it takes. I just telling you guys, you don't have to wait. You can get in this business so cheap compared to starting any other business, and it can completely change your life. I was retired from my wife started this business when it started. She retired me 3 years ago, I think would be the right answer. And and my full-time job became, sorry guys, my full-time job became loving on her when I retired for 2 years. And then she passed away about a year ago. And it's taught me to love people way more. I have become such a nicer version, a caring version. If somebody's having a bad day, all I can think about is I wonder how I could help them. I feel bad for them. Somebody snipes at you when you're in line at coffee and you just go, man, I wonder if there's a way that I could help that person. And so I'm asking you guys to think about your life, think about how you, if you think you're doing the best version of your life, and if you're living it and you're being that best person that you've always dreamed about being, there's an opportunity. So reach out to the market partner that invited you guys and have that conversation and maybe take the risk. So, and by the way, it's risk-free, guaranteed money back for 30 days with whatever you choose to do. So that's what all I had to say. Thank you so much, Karla. I'm so glad that I met you and got to know you at Tony's, and it's just been a great time meeting you, and your story and your passion was everything I thought it would be.
Thank you, Erin. So beautiful, Karla. I can't wait to meet you and hug you. Okay, I am going to do the draw now because it's just fun to do this and give wonderful things away. So I have everybody in here, and we have the Eye Smooth to start with. So we shall see who is going to win. I have Miss Natalie Bell. Congratulations. So exciting. You're going to love that one. Okay. And then the next one we have, I think, is the Thermal Heat Protect, which is one of my favorites. I use it all the time. So you can use your products up to 450 and keep your hair safe and protected. And we have Elizabeth Erickson. Congratulations, Elizabeth. I'll let you wrap that up there, Miss Brandy.
Hey, congratulations, winners. If you could please reach out to the market partner that invited you, let them know your address, and they'll forward it on to Erin, Monty, and myself. Again, thank you all for being here tonight, taking time out of your evening. I hope you feel inspired and just super pumped up like we all do. This is our community. This is our culture. This is our family. And I hope you feel a part of it already. So that's it. Have an awesome evening. Have a great week, and we will see you soon. Bye.